Well, hello all you beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm in my little house in Mulberry Villa and there's been a few changes. Oh, look, all those chests are gone and I have a little bit of distance between my little home telepad and my teleporter to my mines. So there's no more teleporting and accidental zhwing to somewhere else. So, oh, a little bit of a glimpse there. What have I been doing to enable me to remove all these chests? Well, let's go and have a look, shall we? Oh, I've been doing some building. Yes, gentle peeps, this is now my second building and this is going to be my work and storage area. So if we go in, you can see I've got my forges on this side and I've got my processors on this side and a couple of chests over here. And yes, I got a kit, and I think that this little bit of the wall might be a little bit of a giveaway as to what kit I might have bought. The torches outside might also have done that. And we'll open up this door and you can see that I've made that same change to my initial little bungalow. And oh no, you're not. Cheeky little blighter. You were not invited. Go on, go play. The cheek of these pixies just walking in, making themselves at home. Honestly. And the reason why I actually put this trim round the bottom is it really did remind me of the Mulberry style huts. As I'm sure I've mentioned in the past, I mean I grew up in Africa. And so this is a reasonably familiar sight to me. And no, don't go silly and go, oh, did you grow up in a mud hut? No, I grew up in a house next to a city where there were cars and trains and, yes, airports and sky rises. And, yeah, Africa isn't all mud huts and stuff. Got that off my chest. But Africa does have places like this. And, you know, they are absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd, in my own way, try and recreate my own little patch of Africa. This is a savanna after all, and the savanna is found in Africa. It kind of works. So then I've got this lovely sort of staircase going up because this is now a two-story building, and I do kind of wish that the wall texture would match up with the stair texture. Can you see how it doesn't line up? And that's just a minor niggle as far as I'm concerned, but it is a niggle. It's kind of it just looks it looks imperfect. In a perfect world, this is imperfect. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the perfect world too. So anyway, we'll go up the stairs. And this is now my little storage area. At the moment, I've confined it to being sort of ground floor, on the ground sort of storage. But I have no objection to going up along the walls if need be. But, oh, it's just so much better. Now if I'm looking for whatever I want, I know I can go over here. Okay, well, here's my flowers and mushrooms so I can make potions. Here's this, that, and the other. So, yeah, I'm quite happy now that I'm reasonably organized. And the reason why I wanted to get organized in this fashion is because I do want to spend some time gathering resources. And there's no point gathering resources if you don't have sufficient space to put those resources into. So, you know, it's kind of, I didn't want to put the cart before the horse, as they say. So yes, so there's all this sort of ongoing stuff in my mind that's sort of leading into a progression. And the reason why obviously I want to start gathering materials is because to go with my marketplace in the main part of Mulberry Villa in Central City is it would be nice to actually put a hostel for visitors to stay in overnight, but also what's the point of having a market? And this is something that Mulberry Man has said to me. What's the point of having a market? What's the point of having a city if there's no houses for people to live in? So he's kind of asked me if I'd like to think about building some houses there, and I'm kind of, yeah, I'll do that. I'm totally up for that. The only reason I haven't done it so far is simply down to the fact that I don't have enough resources yet. So this is where my focus is at the moment, is on gathering resources. One of the ways that I'm going about gathering resources is oh, look at you. Run. You will perfectly illustrate my next point. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Is I've built this. See, look, I've trapped myself. Now I'm silly, aren't I? A zwing! And he's gone. Where's he gone to? He's in my little trap. La 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 la. So you see, now from here I can either tame them with impunity or I can kill them. I think in this instance, I'm sorry mate, it's curtains for you. And so yes, so this is my little trap. And as you can see, I don't have my diamond sword anymore. I'm in the process of gathering materials to get that. So I kind of needed this trap because things are taking a bit longer to kill. And you know, it's a him or me kind of situation here. And you know, it's me using my considerable intellect against his brute force. And yeah, that's not true, is it? It's not me using my intellect at all. It's me borrowing other people's ideas and adding my own flair. Yes, this is not an original idea of mine. But it's not to say it's not a very good idea. And seeing as we very well know that certain people have taken it upon themselves to steal my designs, no, really, with my blessing. It's not stealing if it's with a blessing. I have copied their ideas, and as with them copying my ideas, I've added my own flair. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have loads of pigsies. They seem to like to wander into there. So yes, so this is my little trap. So this is one way of gathering resources. What I'm going to eventually do, I mean, what I've just got this, you know, if I land up in trouble, because I mean I am right next to where there's feral pixies and that sort of thing, I can run in here and then go as they try and come and get me and vanish. But I want a similar sort of setup as this, down sort of in the mines, so it will gather up mirrors and all that sort of thing, and they'll all get dumped into here for me to kill with impunity. So yeah, it's not exactly very sporting, but what gave you the impression I was sporting? But it will provide me with a nice opportunity to tame lots of creatures. This is really working rather well. I'll just stand here and watch as creatures appear in my little magical box here. So yes, it'll enable me, you know, when I go into the mines to lure the more annoying creatures. Annoying's not the right word. Harder to kill creatures or harder to tame creatures into an area where they'll get zipped into here, and I can tame them at will and then take them wherever I want to take them. So that's the plan. Also, there's a very strange square here with a pillar in front of it. Well, this, because in the mines I found, I think it was probably the most important substance you can find, is tar. So this is where I will put in my tar, and I have already done one load of that. And then you will throw a freeze bomb on the tar. Don't make the mistake that I did and throw a fire bomb on tar, because fire and tar equals lots of fire and nothing else. So yeah, Learn from my mistakes, people. Don't use fire bombs on tar. Not unless you want a conflagration. I mean, if you want fire, that's the way to do it. If you're looking to get something else out of it, then it's not. But if you use a freeze bomb, then you get coal. And then, once you've got coal, if you then use a fire bomb, you get diamonds. So this is my coal and diamond generating pit. Clunky name, I know. It's the Bling Square. Can't call it a Bling Ring, can I? I suppose you can, because a boxing ring is square. Ah. Why is a boxing ring called a ring if it's square? Good question. No answer. But yes, so this is my Bling Ring. And then over here I've been thinking of ideas. So this is my inkling of an idea, because what I want to do obviously is I want a sort of pathway up, as I said, because you can just see a little ice there on the top of that beautiful giant jungle tree. So I want to create a kind of swing bridge looking type thing up there, and then pathways through the tops of the jungles and so on and so forth. So I sort of want to take this sort of ground base of my sort of beginning of my own little village and sort of give it an elevation as well. So this is my first thoughts on creating a sort of swing bridge. It would be really nice if you could lay ladders flat, because that would be perfect then. Yeah, because you could just imagine stepping from plank to plank, but you can't. The only rotation on this is actually on the one axis. So I think it's on the X, yeah, on the X axis, because Y is up, isn't it? X is that, and then Z is your other axis. So yeah, it's only on that one axis. So yeah, not ideal. But this is the plan. I think it looks okay. It looks a little more solid than I really wanted it to look, but I think it looks all right. But I haven't gone any further with it. I've been distracted. I've been all over the place with all sorts of things, and I thought, well, I'll start it here and I'll go up, and then I was like, well, isn't it better actually to start where you want to be and then bring it down, because then you sort of know where you're going rather than just random. So that's why I stopped there. I was like, kind of, yes. I can foresee me falling quite a lot, and you know, quite grateful. We don't have it. Oh, today's Tuesday. Today is normal gravity day, so this will probably be on a on a low gravity day. Spit it out, dear. So that if I do fall, it's going to be a gentle glide down rather than a kind of fall. Although, you know, I'm sure a lot of people will be quite amused to see me plunge head first to the ground. And, you know, yeah. Oh, it'll only happen if you push me. I'm having one of those moments. Right, but as you can see, I certainly haven't been idle. I've created my second square oval and my little creature trap, which definitely seems to be doing its job. Okay. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Yes, neither are very sporting. Both are very effective. So yes, so that's pretty much it. There's been plenty of suggestions about what I can do with my market stalls. All very good suggestions, and I will definitely work on them. The only reason that I haven't done them so far is simply because what's been suggested kind of requires resources I don't have. So that's part of why I've got to be doing a fair bit of grinding and gathering of those resources. So that's where my focus is going to be on that. There was also a suggestion of putting in creatures as stall holders. Like, I think Hotfoot was one of the ones that was suggested, or a thing or something like that. Very good suggestion. I'm absolutely nowhere near finding the corruption layer. In fact, I think I only just found the lava layer. So as far as that's concerned, I'm nowhere near even seeing a thing, let alone getting one. The other sort of reservation I have about using animals as stall holders is the fact that I can't set them to wander, because they'd wander off. And if you set them to stay, they tend to always point north. And that means that we will have some of our stall holders with their backs to their customers. And yeah, that's going to bother me. So yeah, not sure about that. It might, I can't just have stall holders on the south side. So I'll probably have to try and figure a way where it would be feasible to have your north-facing stall holder, maybe have him on the other side so he's out showing a customer something. There's got to be some kind of way around it. So I haven't binned the idea. It's just on the back burner simply because what I have to do now is absolutely concentrate on gathering resources and developing my mind so that it goes further down. I have to build ladders and this sort of thing so that I can safely get down just to the lava layer, because at the moment it's just a death-defying plunge right into a pool of lava, which, you know, while that sounds interesting, it's not something that I particularly want to do right at this moment. So that's where I'm at. This is, you know, the new build, and I really like how it looks. I like, even though this is supposed to be, I suppose it to look more Mayan, I kind of think that as soon as you put it in with these sandcastle walls and within this context, then it ceases to be Mayan, and it does actually then take on that sort of African feel. And I enjoy that kind of versatility within those blocks. There are other of the hidden temple blocks that look very much more Mayan, whereas these, with this sort of texture, it definitely can lend itself to more than one culture, which I like. So yes, I'm rambling because I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, that's it, that's me. And I'll just show you on the map, we now have 2 X's marking the spot. So whee! And again, this is, as you can see, I mean, this is my claim, and this is how much of the claim that I've used. So I'm being very, definitely by Mulberry Villa standards, my small is very build. Oh my goodness, my build is very small. And that's fine, because I do want to develop some of this into sort of spawning areas, just so that, you know, I can get the creatures to spawn, different creatures to spawn here, and to group into my little capture area here. And also because, like I say, a lot of this, it's going to expand into sort of aerial territory there. So there's a lot of plans. Just at the moment it's down to, this is the thing with Creativerse, is to do anything you need resources. To get resources you have to put in the time and you have to put in the work, and you have to, I suppose it's a bit like real life, isn't it? Anything you want, it's worth working for, and that's where I'm at. I know what I want, so I've got a very clear goal, a very clear vision, and I also know what it's going to take for me to get there. So it's going to take quite a large amount of work for me to achieve what I want, but it's a journey that I'm going on, and I'm hoping to take all of you with me on that journey, and I hope that we have lots of fun and adventures along the way. But now the sun has set rather rapidly, so with this beautiful view of the glowing jungle trees and of my steadily growing little base, I will leave you with this. Don't forget, if you like what I'm doing, you hit that like button, subscribe to me, let me know by comments what you'd like to see, what you'd like me to do. Even if you don't like what I'm doing, tell me why. Maybe I can change, you don't know. That was not very encouraging, was it? Maybe I'll change, I don't know. Well, I am what I am. Right, so I love you loads. Thanks for sharing this time with me. Peace out, peeps.